Hello folks, welcome to another video here in the Microsoft Sim. Yes, I've bitten the bullet. I've picked up this little beast. I'm not talking about my co-pilot. I would never refer to her as a beast unless we're in private company, Jude. Anyway folks, it's the Vans RV-14A by SimWorks Studios. Forgive the forklift driver who looks a little lost. This will be a first impressions look at this aircraft. I took it for a quick spin, literally a quick spin. It is an aerobatic bird. Yesterday, interesting experience. I might talk about that during this flight. Quite freaky, actually, but not so much because of the aeroplane. So maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Maybe I shouldn't have even mentioned it in the introduction, because we're here to look at this aeroplane. And look, first impressions of the visuals are very positive. It's a beautiful looking aeroplane, really well replicated, I think, by the team at SimWorks Studios. We've got some Ripley stuff, ripples happening on the top of the wing. That feels a little bit overdone for mine. It looks like it's been in a bit of a hailstorm. Now, I've seen aeroplanes, older Pipers in particular, I'm thinking, that kind of had some of this rippling stuff happening, but not a brand spanking new RV. But I don't mind it. It seems to be a SimWorks Studio thing. I noticed it on their Zenith the other day. They've also got the same effect here on their tailplane. But a beautiful looking aeroplane, and it goes all right. Needs a bit of skill to fly it. I've found. But yeah, we're going to go for a fly, folks. We're in a place called Watts Bridge, which is sort of northwest of Queensland's capital, being Brisbane. We're in Australia, folks. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Hearing some sounds. This is a custom freeware rendition. In fact, there are two in the package. This is the light version. I'm starting to struggle a little bit for space on my hard drive, and so I've taken the easy road by installing the light version. But I'll be a link to it in the description. Yeah, and the plan is really just to take her up for a short flight. I don't know whether we'll end up anywhere other than Watts Bridge. We'll probably plan to come back up here. Might do some arrows en route, give you some thoughts about how it flies and all that sort of stuff. Let me jump inside for you. There we go. So we've got the canopy open, obviously. Look, visual modelling is really good. SimWorks Studios are putting out some good work, aren't they? Getting some really good press. I featured their Zenith the other day, which I think was their first release for the Microsoft Sim. I've got their Kodiak as well, great aeroplane, and now this one. So they are hitting it out of the park, to use a baseball analogy. Jude's on board. G'day, lovely. How are you? Nice to have you with me. Experimental, a bit like our relationship, Jude. We're experimental, aren't we? Yes. So texturing on the seats, very nice. Yeah, overall, just visually great looking aeroplane. Shall we close the canopy? Listen to those sounds. How good was that, hey? We should probably lock it down here as well. We'll do that. Now this curtain moves as well, like that. Hang on, got to go the other way. There we go. It looks to be a little bit opposite to what you would expect. Am I right? I would expect to drag it this way. Oh no, it works correctly. That's all right. We might leave the canopy down, Jude. Hey, protect your face from the sun. Although the sun's kind of over the horizon over here, so it's not really going to protect you. I'll get rid of it, Jude. Okay, I'll get rid of it. As I said, I'll get rid of it. Okay, that's a bit weird. I can't move it. There's something a bit weird about that. There it is. Okay. Something a bit weird about us, Jude. Hey? So, we get back down in here. Now, we've got a master down here. Master on. We'll get an avionics master and an avionics battery. Love that. Writing itself, the AH. Fantastic. Yeah, a Yankee Whiskey Sierra Golf is our ICAO code, folks. Now, the only thing, and this is a personal preference of mine, the only thing, I would prefer this with the G1000 NXI rather than the G3X, even with the working title mod. The G3X is probably my least preferred avionics kit here in the sim. But that's what you get. You do get the GTN 750 integration. I'm running with the free one, the PMS 50, not the TDS. I've had a few questions in response to some Chancellor videos that I've done. I run the free one. Okay, let me make that clear from the start. But yeah, look, it's a very capable avionics fit out. Don't get me wrong. I just prefer the G1000 NXI. Nice sounds in the aeroplane from what I noticed yesterday. So we'll get the fuel pump on, for example. Hear it? Seems appropriate volume-wise. Seems like a fuel pump would sound to the old fella. At least we'll get that off. What else can I tell you? Flaps are there. Fuel's down here. This is kind of important. We'll get the fuel onto the to the left tank. Constant speed prop and put everything in. Crack the throttle a little bit. Probably put a nav light on. Probably should put a fuel pump on to start. I don't know. Shall we start it? I think we can. Let's go. Listen to this. Oh, that's nice. We'll get the fuel pump coming off. We'll set an altitude, which is down here, I think. Here we go. We will use Georgie at some point. Probably get 3,000 or something like that. We might do a stall, spin, etc. up there. I always forget how to use this thing. But anyway, that's by the by. If you want a tutorial on how to use the G3X, you are at the wrong place. VFR, there we go. We'll get altitude reporting happening. Why not? Yeah, there we go. Jude, you look like you're ready to go. You got the hands. Geez, you've got your index finger embedded in the stick. That's how keen you are, or how little you trust me. One or the other. This is a close-up, Jude. This is the view that normally you only reserve for me in those special moments. And now all the viewers are getting a serve. Getting quite distracted here, folks. By Jude's freckles and by this forklift driver. I wish he'd find a purpose in life. Now he's reversing on the grass. What's going on? Folks, I'll get us out onto a runway and we're going to go flying. Alright, lined up and bobbing. What happened to our transponder? I'm pretty sure I selected VFR. 1200, not 1234. What's going on there? So, as I said, I flew this once yesterday, took it for a spin. It was an interesting experience in so many ways, including on takeoff. Needed a bit of work. Well, I need a bit of practice. I'll bring some power in, a little bit of right boots required. I'm going to slowly bring that power in. Here we go, light breeze here. Try and keep it straight, which is a bit of a challenge. You need some serious footwork. There's 40 knots. And there's 60. We'll kind of rotate around about there. Away we go. A lot of right boot required is what I find. Like a lot. It flaps coming up. So it accelerates pretty well. I've got almost full right boot in here. Are other people experiencing that? Come back on the juice, come back on the prop as well. Sort of lower our pitch a little bit. It should reduce the pressure, or the need for right pressure, a little bit. So I'm carrying a hell of a lot of right boot. Maybe the real thing is like that, I don't know. Anyway, back to 24 squared, that's kind of where I was heading. Flaps are up, there we go. Only a very small change on the old prop lever gets the RPM moving. We'll retrim, climb out at around about 115 or 120, something like that. That won't be best rate, but it's close enough. Light breeze here this morning. Overhead watts. I'll make a turn out to the right. She feels very nimble, as I would expect from the real thing. We'll just continue the climb out towards the northeast. Yeah, SimWorks Studios are doing some good stuff, eh? As we wait for other sort of well-known developers to enter the space, GA aircraft developers, one in particular. Been a little bit of chatter around that. Well, pretty much since the sim was released. I speak of A2A simulations, of course, and their absence from the Microsoft sim. But absence of one gives opportunity to others like SimWorks Studios and others. And we've got a building collection, a building catalogue of GA aircraft. Alright, it's up through 2,000 now. Just want to kind of find a hole out here. We'll do some stall. Actually, what I'll do is I'll gun it. We'll climb. We'll seriously climb. Actually, we won't do a stall first. We'll get some autopilot. We'll get Georgie doing some stuff. Holding its speed very well. And once I get Georgie engaged, I will take you outside, folks, and give you a look. This might actually do us, Georgie. Is that about that 24. Close enough. Alright, Georgie, what are we doing? I think we've got to switch the autopilot on down here first. If I go autopilot here, you're going to level? Oh, you want to chase 3,000, do you? Alright. Serious amount of right boot. And relax that now. They're in level flight. The heading bug is down here. Oh, that's a long way to scroll it around. Is there a heading sync on the G3X? If there is, shout out in the comments, folks. I do learn a lot from the comments. I do appreciate the feedback, and I know I miss a lot of stuff and I screw it up frequently and often. Heading hold, that works. We'll come out here towards the east a little bit. See how well it captures or holds the autopilot. There we go. Yeah, 24. We'll go outside for you, folks. Give you a look and a listen. There she is. Beautiful part of the world out here. There's Watts behind us. Nice looking aeroplane, isn't it? Fantastic visibility. I think it sounds pretty good. My tired old ears. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go and grab myself a breakfast bevy. Non-alcoholic. Just something to wet the throat. And I'll join you for the second segment. We might do some arrows before heading back to Watts Bridge, and I'll give you my first impression summary. Alright, I might throw this thing around a little bit, hey? Get the autopilot off, give Georgie a rest. Thank you. Let's try a stall. Come back on that power, try and hold our altitude. Right back on that power now, let it bleed off. Slowly but surely, there we go. Takes a while, it's quite a slippery little beast. We are descending, that's not helping. Still descending. Still descending. A little bit more back pressure here. More back pressure, mate. More and more and more. Still descending. We're pitched up almost 10 degrees. Let's see what happens. About 12 degrees pitch up here. Stick all the way back. stall. I'm going to stall this bastard. Oh, it's a very benign stall. Very benign indeed. Absolutely nothing to it. I wasn't expecting that. Let's do a bit of an aileron roll to the left. Another one just for good measure, as we can. We're going to deliberately just manhandle this, folks. Just throw it around. Get into some crazy attitudes. Bit of inverted flight. Bit of a spin. We're in trouble here, and we're screwed. We're in the middle of, it's probably, is that Somerset, Ivanhoe? One of the two. Right. So that's how not to fly aerobatics. There we go. Oh, that belies the fact that that would have been a violent encounter with the water. Anyway, folks, I'll I've got a bit of a habit of crashing the SimWorks Studios birds. Can only apologise to them. I'll get us started again, because I actually do want to go for a landing. I'll get us started on the shores here or something, hey? That'll be in the next segment. Aerobatics gone wrong. There you go. And we're back through the magic of simulation, folks. We're now on the shore. Slew mode, in case you're wondering. How was that, Jude? You survived? You are a survivor, Jude. To be with me, you need to be. Let's do it, folks. Take off up this hill full juice. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Gotta climb the hill. You need big bloody tundra tyres on this beast. Down the hill the other side will sort of rotate, get airborne. Nice low level turn. Why not? Scare the good folks in this part of the world. They wouldn't have seen too many RV-14s walk on water. We'll head back towards Watt Bridge, folks, and perform a landing. And my apologies to any purists who happen to watch the channel and think, this bloke, he doesn't respect the purity of flight simulation. Well, I don't. I threw the aeroplane around deliberately, see what would happen, and you saw what would happen. Let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson to you all. Look, on my way back, I picked up this bird for about 22 Aussie dollars, which is pretty good value. It's priced well, although I had to shop around a little bit. It's available from a few places and at different prices in each. With the currency conversion, it came out to 22 Aussie direct from the developer. Thought I'd throw that in, but you can get it from different places. First impressions of the aeroplane, very positive. It's a great addition to the sim. Well done, SimWorks Studios, for bringing it to us. I haven't done your aeroplane justice. Welcome to the club. Yeah, she flies pretty well. Not very capable sort of GA tourer. She might go. I'll just get Georgie to do some flying here in level flight. Georgie, thanks, mate. I need a couple of hands free here for a minute. Yeah, first impressions are definitely positive. Great little bird, fantastic visibility, great plane to enjoy. What the Microsoft Sim gives to us, although the Microsoft Sim is, I'm experiencing some issues with that bandwidth thing. I don't know whether anyone else is. It keeps telling me my bandwidth is too low and switching off the Bing graphics, which presents a very different view of the world, I've got to say. So I'm having to fight that. I don't know whether that's a server issue. My bandwidth doesn't seem to be any worse than it normally is, so I don't know what's going on there. 6 miles away from the bridge. Active aviation community out here at Watts. from what I remember. It's still kicking along. If you're you hail from out here or you do some flying out here, you're part of the community, give me a shout in the comments. Be good to hear from you. It gets along pretty well, hey. Tasman at 150. We're doing, oh, well, I was trying to go 24-24. There we go. It's closer. 24-24. Tas 150. Pretty good. 10 gallons an hour. Sipping on the juice. Yeah. Does come with a manual of sorts as well. You might even be able to download that manual independent of the aircraft if you're interested. I don't know that for sure, but you may be able to check it out. There'll be a link to the aircraft in the description, link to the scenery, a link to the virtual flying regulator where you can dob me in for crimes against virtual aviation. Get the autopilot coming off. We're going to do some flying, hey? What's our wind doing? Ah, it's a very light southerly by the looks of it. Don't remember the runway we took off from. I think I remember the hangars are on the left hand side. As this thing is challenging to slow down. That's what I find. Maybe the real thing is a bit of a slippery beast. How well does she slip? I don't know. Put it into a little bit of a forward slip here. Oh, yeah, that's alright. Feels like you don't have a lot of rudder authority, which is a bit surprising. Ooh. It's guaranteed to make your pack sick, do stuff like that. Alright, got to get ourselves down into flap extension. Which we are now. Alright, here we go. Where's our runway? There it is. 80 knots. We'll take full flap. Does that help our speed bleed? It does. And need a little bit of power to get us there, I think. Retrimming. Don't want to get too slow. As I said, don't want to get too slow. We shouldn't need that much juice to get us there, though, should we? Holy crap! Okay, I don't think this is how to land a Vans. It's full flap. Looks like we're gunning it a bit. All right, we're there. See if we can do a reasonable job of touching down. Come off the power now. Bleed her off a bit of speed. Nose off. Holding off. Oh, bounced it. Yeah, not a particularly great landing, but then again, much better than the earlier one into the water, wasn't it? We'll get off here on the left-hand side. Folks, that's been the Vans RV-14A first impressions. SimWorks Studios build. And look, the first impressions are definitely positive. Great fun little bird. Well priced, I think, for mine. And yeah, there you go. I hope wherever you are, you've had a good Easter, and I hope you're safe and well. We'll see you in the next video, folks. Bye for now.